coming through here that's being orchestrated. Little do you know, these trucks going up and down the M25 only carry about 3 days worth of food. Okay? And you your people out there, you guys are gonna starve. That's what's coming, they're famine. They're gonna crash in society, then they're gonna bring out this RFID chip, okay, which they're gonna implant in your hand or your forehead. Okay, and that's gonna be the only way you can buy or sell. Okay, you take that mark for you so-called Negroes, running and Native Americans, because the rest of these nations are going into slavery. When the Shah returns it, ain't no salvation for the Gentiles. Okay? There's two definitions for the word Gentile, yeah? One that's a heathenistic, and one that's one of our people that's got the ways of the society, which is Hellenist. And drink their water with astonishment. You're gonna drink your water with astonishment. Okay? Because you're not gonna know where your next meal is gonna come from. When these shops are closed and they're not reopening anymore, you're gonna start looking at your neighbour sideways. You're gonna start breaking into your neighbours. Let me get Genesis chapter 15 verse 1. God, read.
Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people.
There's a lot of these so-called Negroes running in Native Americans. Leonardo DiCaprio, he's a Negro, even though he looks like a Caucasian. Yeah, Conor McGregor. Okay, he's an Israelite, even though he looks like a Caucasian, because the original Irish are Negroes. Okay, but they whitewashed him through Oliver Cromwell to make them look like Edomites.
It says, speak thou in the ears of my people.
It's my people.
The words of prophecy.
The word of prophecy. Okay, ain't no King of Negroes, ain't no Quran, ain't none of that shit. Okay, that's not for our people, that's for the heathen. We created Islam for the Arabs to stop following our nation. Because they was praying to the east before they even changed their ways. They still worship under the moon god. Okay, go around the covers and all that stuff. Okay, they still worship under the day. That's not our people.
But those my enemies, which were not, I should reign over them, bring hither and slay them before me.
That's how we shine when he returns. Okay, speaking to our people, like the Christians that are coming up here, don't understand the law. They don't understand the Most High is a man of war. Okay? And Exodus 11 and 11 and 6. Anyway, the Lord's a man of war. Okay? He's not coming back there to be buttering bread. Okay? He's giving us that. Okay? It's like the Exodus 15 and 3. The Lord is a man of war. Okay? How is he?
Speak to the words of prophecy. I put in thy mouth.
The words of prophecy is the most powerful putting up there. To put it out and speaking of our own words, of our own lips. As the brother read in Proverbs chapter 1, verse 20, wisdom cries aloud. Okay, so we're not out of our own mind. Okay? Even the brother when he said that he brought our words to him. If they don't speak according to this word, there's no light in them. Okay, so we must speak according to the word. It's not about what we're saying, it's not what the scripture says.
It says, I will put in thy mouth.
It's the most I will put in our feet.
Says the Lord.
Says the Lord, how much of your shall read.
And cause them to be written in paper.
And cause them to be written in paper.
But they are faithful and true.
But they are faithful and true.
Fear not the imaginations against thee.
Okay, so we fear not the imaginations against the rest of these nations against us. Okay, that want to do us harm, especially our people that want to do us harm. They don't know no better. These are the ones that do know better. Okay, the most has put a signal on them to come against us.
Yeah, because they said that the Lord, Jehovah Shai, he was a sign that would be spoken against. That's the news. Right, so they spoke against Jehovah Shai, they're going to speak against his followers. Right? The servant is going to greater than the master. Right?
It says, fear not the imagination against thee. Let not the incredulity of them trouble thee.
Let not the incredulity, the unbelief of them trouble thee that speak against us. Okay, this is Ezekiel, break thy faith and plan it against them. Right. Okay, so we're not here to fold and give and debate with you and sugarcoat the scripture. Right. And try to make things soothing to the itching ears. Right. Okay, we're going to tell you factually and in its exact way, and that's how it is.
But that's what you want. He said, I'll speak not unto us, speak
It says, for all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness.
All the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness.
It says, behold, saith the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world.
The Most High will bring a plague against on the world again, read.
The sword, famine,
The sword today, okay, and you strap the straps for the gun, for the knife, okay, because in the UK, okay, the gun law is pretty strict. You're not going to be able to get hold of the strap once you know. You might be just much. So you can, yeah, but you have got access to certain things, but I'm saying, if you don't hold certain things, you're not going to have access to it. You're not going to know that in the UK, in the first one, okay, the sword thing is gun. Okay, any weapon is stuff like that, martial law. Remember in not too long ago in London, they had the army on the street. Okay, and people are weary about it because they don't see people in uniform on the street. But that's the sword. That's the concept of that.
Because when you go to the GMT, when I say verse, the word there for sword is war. The Lord is bringing us war. Right? So we see that happening right now in Iran. Right now, Iran is, I think they're just doing like 30 different nations into a war just like that. So you're talking about Israel and the Israelis, IDF, and the Americans, they tried to bomb up Iran. Iran said, fuck all you motherfuckers. And they bombed up everybody, man. Right? Lions, right? One part of their diet is death, right? Wild pigs and warthogs. Warthog is also another type of wild pig. A warthog, you hear them squealing and it's going crazy. You know, all that running around. That's how they move it. Like, they're shooting the missiles everywhere, everyone in the proximity. And they just let loose on everyone. You know, they got a new missile. They just got a new one called Fatbar. Fatbar. And obviously, through the Iron Dome, Islam keeps writing about the Iron Dome as supremacy over Islam. But they don't show you, right now, they've got a blackout on any media coverage of any missile. They don't want any, like, they wouldn't let any video footage of any purposes. Now they control So again, it makes sense. They want to control the narrative. That's why I believe, what's his name, George, what's his name, the guy that funded the Black Lives Matter, the Jewish group, what's his name? George Soros, he bought all the radio companies, he bought them all up, all the media, and now they're centralizing the media, right? There's only one narrative being distributed, so now they're destroying the Iranians the media coverage, okay? I believe, obviously, due to the whole bombing that Iran has done, Iran has formed like, the Amazon, the data centers, what do you call it, Amazon web, something like that. What's up? Amazon web service, right? They looked up a lot of the, how can I say, telecommunications, talking about T-Mobile, again, like certain data centers. So when you look at a main data service off, it's going to look at all the other ones that also need to. Just like that. So there's blackouts in certain areas of America and South America now, right? In terms of telecommunications, from that whole woman, over there in Iran, in Saudi Arabia, stuff like that. Yeah, so it's serious.
So back in 2 Ezra chapter 15, verse 5, it says, behold, saith the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death and destruction.
Okay? Because you got this so-called COVID-19 coming back, where you got H1N1, and you've got other viruses that they make in these laboratories. And you guys don't know, but they show you in the movies, like Resident Evil.
Yeah, that's right.
They show you in all these movies, yeah. But you go in there to the theaters thinking that, oh, it's just a good movie. No, that's how these directors get their plays from the Bible.
Or just the video game.
Exactly. So when these plays come about, you're gonna find yourself in a situation. Okay, these might sit there thinking that they can just walk up and down the road. Don't understand. You're going to save them.
That's right.
Like you was talking about the video game, the movie, right? You ever think like Skynet, for example, or the Umbrella Corporation?
It's real. It's actually real. The Chinese people had the actual. The China like Wuhan, literally the Umbrella Corporation logo is green, white and green.
Hey, the other told you about the umbrella, man. Right, so let's carry on. It says the sword, famine, death and destruction for wickedness have exceedingly polluted the whole earth.
Exactly, okay, and it's coming out now, the Epstein files, what's going on, okay, that's just the cream of the crop, and they're still redacting files, okay, they're still redacting, you've got Keir Starmer, he's a straight up, homosexual, and he's into children.
They're
all into it, they're obviously,
everyone.
there was a video coming out of the parliamentary, as a guy calling out of the, what is it called, Buckingham Palace, naked, okay, and they covered it up. Okay, because
He got arrested.
That's what they do. They do
Andrew got
censorship.
arrested. He was born with a silver spoon and ended up with silver cufflinks. Just what he
It
deserved.
says for wickedness have exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled.
The hurtful works are fulfilled on you so-called Negro, Hispanic, and Native Americans. Okay? Because the fact that they've taken us away from our identity and they're calling themselves Jewish, when ish is a suffix, it means to pertain to. Okay, but if I say to you you're acting boyish, does it mean you're a boy or you're acting like a boy?
No.
So they're behaving like the Israelites, okay, trying to call themselves the real Jews, but they're not the real Jews. We're the real Israelites. We're the ones that went through slavery, through the transatlantic slave trade. Okay, that's why these other nations, they had to come together. The Arabs, the so-called Arab man, the African man, and the Caucasian man. Okay, because the Caucasian man took us from the shores, the Arab man built the slave ships, and the so-called African man, you so-called, not the Nigerians, those outside of the Western Hemisphere, like the Kenyans, Somalians, okay, South Africans, they're Hamites, okay? The Sierra Leone, they're Negroes, they're our people, on the Western Hemisphere. Sierra Leone and Ivory Coast.
Sold that to the Caucasians.
Verse 7. Thus
Sold it to the
therefore, thus saith
Caucasians.
the Lord,
Thus saith the Lord.
I will hold my tongue no more.
Exactly, that's the reason why it's called the prophet outside.
Right.
Okay, but because you have such, what is it, even the scripture says the prophet is not, you guys are acting, you don't take it seriously. No, we don't.
I will hold my tongue no more as touching their wickedness, which they profanely commit.
They profanely commit with confidence. See this Christian here, you've got faggots walking up and down here, okay? And a faggot just means a bundle of sticks. If you do your research and understand what you're obviously the English language is not even a pure language. So you've got to go back into the Greek and Latin to understand what the words actually mean. Go read that.
It says, neither will I suffer them in those things
When they allow them in those things,
in which they wickedly exercise
themselves. Read.
Behold, the innocent and righteous blood,
The innocent and righteous blood, the so-called Negro, Hispanic, Native American God, Christ unto the Heavenly Father.
and the souls of the just are slain continually.
And we are the souls of the just. Okay, read.
That therefore, saith the Lord, I will surely avenge them.
The Most High will avenge us. Okay, that's why you got war kicking off in the so-called, what is it called, Middle East. Okay, which exactly, Iran. He just let off the Iranian missiles, and it's piercing the Iron Dome, which Israel have. So-called Israelis. Okay, so World War III. As soon as World War III is done and the microchip's out of here, okay, we're going back into power. Go read.
It says, avenge them and receive unto me innocent blood from among them.
From among us. Go read.
Behold, my people is led as a flock to the slaughter.
And our people are led as a flock to the slaughter, especially in these damn religions. Okay, because Islam is not for us. We gave Islam to the Arabs so that they'll stop following our law, statutes, and commandments. Okay, and then look what Muhammad turned it into. Okay, but they don't do their research. They don't know what it is. Okay, go read.
I will not suffer them now to dwell in the land of Egypt.
Yeah, and the land of Egypt, what is it called? America. Babylon is America today. We're in the mother of Babylon. Okay? The belly of the beast.
I will bring them with a mighty hand.
The Most High brings to the mighty hand of the chariots, which you call a stretched out arm, which you call which the military call now unidentified flying phenomenon. You're trying to keep changing the name because they know that they're on their way to us.
Yeah.
Okay? And there's been so many sightings, that's why they have to keep covering up the what's it called? Sky. You know, you've got your commercial flights. Okay, the commercial pilots are the ones that are spotting them. Okay, and you've got your Air Force that are spotting them, but they don't want to bring it into the public. They're using chemtrails. No, chemtrails are what they're throwing, putting in the air so they know about it.
That wasn't got the chariots as well. You can't see the chariots.
Yep. And destroy Egypt with slaves.
As before, God.
As before. I will destroy all the lands thereof.
God.
Egypt shall mourn.
Egypt shall mourn.
And the foundation of it shall be smitten.
Yep.
Slaves. And the punishment that the Most High Yahweh shall bring upon it.
God. Let me get keep reading that. Let me get what is it?
It says, they that till the ground shall mourn.
They that till the ground shall mourn. Why should they mourn? Don't read that.
For their seeds shall fall through the blasting and hail.
Exactly, because you're not going to be farming or getting any agriculture when these nukes drop. Go and read.
And with a fearful constellation.
A fearful constellation, okay? Because when you see the nukes flying, okay, that's what they call the stars. That's a constellation, okay? Because you can see the destruction, his kingdom, okay? It's on its way out. Okay, go and read that.
Go to the world.
Yeah. Let me get
therein. For the sword and their destruction draweth nigh.
Okay, the sword and your destruction draweth nearer and nearer. Okay, if you watch the news, you see how close you are to go. You other nations, you see how close you are to going into slavery. And our nation, how close we are, they're elect. Okay, because only 2/3 of our nation are going to be saved anyway.
Right.
Okay, the rest of you niggas out here, because there's a difference between niggas and brothers.
Right.
Okay?
Right.
And one thing I can't stand is a nigger, you know what I'm saying? Man will get the whole car shot up with the kids inside it and stuff. That's a nigger.
Paraplegic.
Okay, there's a difference between niggas and brethren. Go and read that.
For their sword and their destruction draweth nigh.
Draweth near.
And one people shall stand up to fight against another.
And that's what's coming. One people shall stand up to fight against another. Okay, when there's no food in the shops, you guys are gonna be fighting, going buck wild on your family members, on your friends. If you see the movie The Purge, that's what's gonna be happening.
With swords in their hands.
With swords in your hands. You could be running around with a bat, with a stick, anything that you can get. You can tear up your neighbour's house with to get some food, just for a can of beans. Yeah. Okay, don't read up.
There shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their king or princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. For the sword and destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and the swords in their hands. For there shall be a sedition among men.
There shall be sedition amongst men, okay, and that's going up to the government. Right now, if you go on YouTube and you see most of these auditors now, they go into police stations and showing you that this system is corrupt, the fact that they don't know the laws. They use the laws against you because you're ignorant. That's the whole reason why most of our people are incarcerated, because they don't know the laws. They use the ignorance and the lack of understanding, but even though our people do commit super crimes just to get by. They're not recognizing that other people are turned to the wickedness because of the pollution and the fact that we've been putting on the foot, and sometimes it is the only way to get up. That's what I'm saying. Let me get, what is it? Zephaniah. Zechariah. Zephaniah chapter 3 verse 8.
But you know, talking about rising up against their government. You're seeing them all over. The exodus of people are really waking up to see how corrupt their government officials. Right there, Starmer, what is he doing? He's not doing nothing. You can really see you guys are puppets. You guys are really puppets, man. You can really see the script. They're just saying what they've been told to say. Like, they're not going to say what they've been told to say. You can see him on the screen, his eyes are moving around. He knows he's 2 days away from being a bully. But between his eyes, he's still in second row as well. That's right. I was watching one the other day. Clearly see that Israel and Trump are in the room. Russia does it. But then what he says is that we're not going to attack Israel, but we're going to use the bases. When he looks at the camera, it looks like someone's got a gun to his head. You don't want to see this. I can't find this now right now. I believe over in Pakistan, I believe the American embassy, they opened fire against the Palestinian. Oh yeah. Pakistan. Yeah, that's what I said earlier. This is again protesters were outside the gates. The American soldiers, snipers, opened fire on Pakistani civilians. 10 civilians killed outside the effing gates, not inside. After firing, protesters stormed the building, not before. So that's among them. An invasion of Pakistan has leaked as well. How about this? Where's Allah? They're just playing South Africa. Allah come down and see. Come on, man. I was going to say, speaking of the nukes that happened with Iran recently, they're saying now that it was AI generated that never happened. Obviously, I don't believe it, but they're saying it's AI generated.
Not nukes, missiles, yes.
Missiles, everything.
Talk about nuclear.
Everyone knows it's true.
So this is back in 2nd Ezra chapter 15, verse 16 again. It says, for there shall be sedition among men, invading one another.
Invading one another.
And they shall not regard their kings nor princes.
Okay, because you're not going to regard what the mayor, Sadiq Khan, says or what Keir Starmer says. You're going to be running up in each other's houses for food. Can't read.
It says, in the course of their actions shall stand in their power.
Exactly. You're going to make your own decisions in that day. When these shops are closed, okay, especially you women out here that ain't so-called independent and you got youths and stuff like that, you're going to need a man. These average men out here are not going to survive. You're going to need a man in the house by Shem Yashai. Ain't no Jesus Christ or Allah none are going to save these people out here. You understand? But we're not going to be involved with you guys in that time. So read.
It says, a man shall desire to go into a city.
A man shall desire to go into another city, but it's going to be cold enough. That's the whole reason why they got the, what's it called? The M25 the way it is. So you can't leave the M25 when there's a shop that's going to read.
It says, they shall not be able.
Yep.
For because of their pride, the city shall be troubled.
The city shall be troubled.
And the houses shall be destroyed.
The houses shall be destroyed. Why?
And men shall be afraid.
Men shall be afraid. So if men shall be afraid, you can only imagine how these women are going to be out here.
They're going to be all over the guy.
A man shall have no pity upon his neighbour.
A man shall have no pity against his neighbour. Can't read.
But shall destroy their houses with the sword.
Exactly. They're going to destroy your neighbour's houses with a sword, and there's no one that knows you more than your neighbour does. Okay? Because you guys, the way the houses are in this house, in this city now, they're all up in top of each other. You're living in apartments and all of that. Okay, so your neighbours know you more than you know yourself.
Ain't even a front stove.
Exactly.
It says, and a man should have no pity upon his neighbour.
A man should have no pity upon his neighbour.
But shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods. Because of the lack of bread.
Because of the lack of bread. That's the whole reason why you guys are going to be running up in each other's houses. Okay? Hyperinflation is going to hit these people so hard, they're not going to know. So they're thinking that prices are rising. It don't mean prices are rising. It means the worth of your pound is not holding the same weight anymore. Prices are still the same, but the worth of your money is not the same.
That's funny. Let's quickly, that's funny, because before you came to Canada, we were speaking about how the war of the oil, right, the UK, they're taking a hit. So now the price is up to about 93%, when it was only last month, they were saying, oh, we're going to bring the prices down, they're selling the gas. Right, so...
It's about to skyrocket.
What energy is that, or is it barrels? Because I know barrels are going to hit.
it's double, like $150.
If I rent closes that straight up on news and there's no shit getting free there,
Right.
bro, bro's getting exposed.
Yeah, because that's like 21% of the world's global supply of oil. So you cut that off. That's like, let me get this. Revelations chapter 6, verse 10. And when he had opened the third seal, I heard the third beast say, come and see. And I beheld, and lo, a black horse. And he that sat on him had a pair of balances in his hand. And I heard a voice in the midst of the four beasts say, a measure of wheat for a penny. A penny is that's equivalent to a day's worth of money. In the Roman Empire, a penny is like $50 or whatever is equivalent to a day's worth. So it says a measure of wheat for basically a whole day's worth for just about one loaf of bread. Right? And 3 measures of barley for a penny. And see thou hurt not the oil and the wine. Meaning don't waste it. So you're pretty much preserving whatever scraps and rationing out whatever food you have. Why? Because of why? The rates of the prices have gone up. Right? Due to what this whole war escalation. Right? Because it's not going to be oil, it's going to be trade routes. Right? Our aeroplane airspace is going to be closed down. Tourist attraction will be shut off. Everything will be shut off. People are going to get jobs. Right? Yes. Jobs are going to be jobs. And that's what I'm saying. People don't understand the jobs. The British Army, you've got people that are let me get. Oh yeah, we're gonna finish that one.
Do you want me to go straight in there?
Yeah.
What one? To be honest, I got.
It's the word. It says, whereas as a man never so rising. It says, men are chanting onto you, but you have not piping onto you, but you have not danced. That's what we're doing right now. We're piping. Right now, people are dancing, but it's only the elect. Yeah, go. Right, last few precepts.
The whole land may be desolate from all that is therein, because the violence of all them that dwell therein.
Also, apparently today, over $1 trillion has been wiped from the stock market. Serious. See? Which means that investors are losing confidence in the US economy. They're losing heavy confidence, man. They don't see any the future of America being bright. It tells you that in Ecclesiastes chapter 12, that the windows are be darkened. Right?
Sorry, brother, may I ask you, are you Hebrew Israelites?
We are Israelites, according to the family.
Yeah, sorry, just asking.
Let me get that precept. Gentlemen, can I please get my sign?
Oh yeah, go on.
You know.
Buttons came.
Everything dark quiet.
This is the plague.
Yeah, go on.
That's right. What do you think the forecast is for the future?
Hell.
This is the forecast. Look, this is the forecast.
It looks a little bit like that, doesn't it?
Listen, this is the forecast. Yeah?
This is Zephaniah chapter 3 verse 8.
The book of Zephaniah chapter 3 verse 8. Read.
It says, therefore wait upon me.
Yep.
Wait ye upon me, save the Lord Yahweh, until the day that I rise up to the prey.
Exactly, and the Most High is rising up to the prey, which are the heathen nations. Go and read.
For my determination is to gather the nations.
Okay, and they're being gathered in today what the Europeans call Middle East, which is actually Western Asia. Go and read.
That I may assemble the kingdoms
Yep.
to pour upon them mine indignation.
Exactly, around the Strait of Hormuz and them Arabian empires, that's where the World War III is going to kick off.
Right.
Okay? That's where Israel's going to bring, Russia into nuclear war.
Right.
Okay? And America's going to get totally wiped off the face of the earth.
They're going to have to.
Damn time.
Because remember, God can make us a God unto them.
Can't.
America's thinking that they're gonna all like break up, but they're really gonna join together. Right? It says, even all my fierce anger for all the earth shall be devoured with the fire of my jealousy.
I'll jump to the what do you call it?
This one, Zechariah?
Yeah, this is the plague, yeah?
Right, this is Zechariah chapter 14 verse 12. It says, and this shall be the plague.
And this is the plague, yeah? Go read.
Wherewith the Lord Yahweh will smite all the people that have fought against Jerusalem.
Against Jerusalem, you so-called Negroes, Latinos and Native Americans, okay? Not no damn Africans, and it ain't the rest of the other nations like the so-called Arab Ishmaelite man, okay? The Caucasian Edomite man.
That's right.
Okay? The Indian man, the Elamite man. Okay? The Chinese man, the Moabite man. Okay? It ain't the other nations. The Most High is only coming back for you so-called Negro, Latino, Native Americans, which are the nation of Israel.
That's right. That's
Okay?
right.
The Most High is not dealing with any other nation. Let me get Psalms chapter 147 and 9.
Some of us we choose peace. We choose peace, not war.
War is a never. War is a means to an end. To get peace, there has to be war.
149 and
War is necessary. There's nothing evil about war. It's a means to an end.
We're prepared for that, but we would choose peace.
Choose peace, but war is a tool that the Most High is going to use to ultimately bring peace.
To cleanse seven unfortunate things.
No, fortunately, what are you talking about? This world is corrupt. It needs cleansing. There has to be a reason.
Sorry, no problem. Sorry. It is very corrupt.
Yeah. Unfortunately, it's corrupt. But fortunately, that's why we give all the praises to Yahweh,
Bashem, Yahushai, Bashem, Rahakadash.
Give all praises for that.
it's the book of Psalms chapter 147 verse 19, you know?
Should I finish that or?
He showed his word unto Jacob.
Jacobites, okay? Because we ruled the UK and the Europe, yes, prior to the Oliver Cromwell. Okay, little do you know, these Caucasian people was not ruling Europe. That's why
right.
they call us the Moors. Okay, Moor just means dark skin. Okay, but the Moorish Empire, the Israelites, was under the banner of Islam. Okay, that's why they pushed that. But we taught the so-called European how to wash, how to stand up straight, and to use cutlery. Okay, basic hygiene. Okay, that's what they hide. Okay, in the national museums. Okay, but the Queen, they already know that. But you average Joes out here, you don't do no research. You don't know about history. Okay, you guys walking up and down there, these buildings like Buckingham Palace and that weren't built by no Edomites. That's why they can't maintain them. It's all falling apart. Because they don't have the infrastructure. All they do is rebuild. But they don't have our architecture. Okay, like Russia and Europe, they're those Moorish empires. Okay, these Caucasians, they come over here. Okay, they whitewash the images and paint themselves up to be the original rulers of the earth, which they're not. That's why you got the judges in the courtroom that got the curly white hair. Why would you put curly white hair on your head? Okay? You're not Israelites. You guys don't have curly hair, you have doggy stringy hair. That's right. That's how you know who the original judges are, because you have the black gowns and the curly hair on your head. Okay, go read.
His statutes and his judgments.
The statutes and the judgments and the law, statutes and commandments of the Bible read.
Unto Israel.
Unto Israel, you so-called Negroes, Latinos and Native Americans read.
He have not dealt so with any nation.
The Most High is not dealing with any other nation. That's why the real Israelites are only the ones that went into captivity. Okay? Not those so-called Jewish rats that you see in Israel today, calling themselves Jewish. Okay? Go on, let me get that one there.
Last precept.
Yeah, the last precept.
It says, their flesh shall consume away while they stand upon their feet.
Your flesh shall consume away while you stand upon your feet. Go read it from the top. Read it from the top.
Okay,
This is the plague.
This is Zechariah chapter 14 verse 12. It says, and this shall be the plague wherewith the Lord Yahweh will smite all the people that have fought against Jerusalem.
That have fought against Jerusalem. The elect. Go read.
Their flesh shall consume away while they stand upon their feet.
Your flesh shall consume away while you stand upon your feet. Just like Sarah Connor in Terminator, they show you in that movie when the nuke hit and she got blown away by by a nuclear
You will
missile.
be
That's what's
vaporized.
coming over.
Right.
Go on, read.
And their eyes shall consume away in their holes.
Your eyes shall consume away in your eye sockets. Read.
And their tongue shall consume away in their mouth.
And your mouth, your tongue shall fry away in your mouth. That's what's coming in with a nuclear blast. Okay, because anybody in the epicenter of the nuclear bomb is going to be pretty much evaporated. Okay, and then you're going to have the ring of, what is it? It's going to be the blast, which that's when you get pretty much pulverized. Your flesh pretty much just blows away from your skin, from your skeleton. Go read.
And it shall come to pass in that day that a great tumult from the Lord Yahweh shall be among them.
Come.
And they shall lay hold everyone on the hand of his neighbor, and his hand shall rise up against the hand of his neighbor.
God, that's it. Yeah.
That's about it.
That's the main point here. These nukes are going to be flying very soon. But the main thing we're looking out for is the RFID in the European epicenter. We call it they call it the NFC, near field communication. Okay, but they're going to push it as something that is going to be beneficial to you. Okay, they're going to try and put it in your hand and in your forehead. If you're immobilized, and you've got people that are like amputated and stuff like that. Okay,
Disabled.
God, well, that's the main thing.
Right. That's right. So there you go, there you have it.
So repent or get smelted, man.
Yeah.
Because you're going to have to live that out. See, Resident Evil Requiem. You have to live that out.
Exactly. Oh, can't. That's
That's the new
edification.
game just came out.
Edification.
I saw Hunger Games.
Yeah.
That's what's going on, man.
Right.
Shall I get a closing scripture?
You can if you want to.
Yeah. Let me get Ecclesiastes chapter 3 verse 3, yeah? It's the book of...
And also the chip as well. Remember the EU, NATO and America, that thing is going to be done in 10 horns. They're going to dismantle, they're going to separate, yeah, and we're seeing that as well. So along with the chip coming, that's why we're not saying that the world's going to end like people on the news and Christian, the world's going to end with those. Yeah, there's a few prophecies that must come to pass before that. But it will happen, as it says in heaven. It says, though it tarry,
Wait for it.
Yeah. And that's the main thing, waiting. Waiting, as brothers can lose patience for waiting for so long. And why am I waiting? Then it's something might come tomorrow, but like, you're not waiting for so long, you're going to falling up.
But, yeah, but the only way you can lose patience or get disenchanted is if you're not keeping your eye on the prize.
Yeah.
You know? We're in 2026, you've got people like that's been in it for